Fair enough. PIE episode 7 officially. This will be, man. I appreciate you, brothers.
Righteous.
Yes, sir.
As
Matter of
always.
fact, pound that shit,
Of
man. Pound that
course,
shit, bro.
of course. They don't reach over me like that.
I say all, I say all that to say, fellas. I've been a fan of cinema for some time, man.
You tell he white. You know, he said cinema, not movies. But go ahead.
Movies.
Shit.
I've been a fan of movies for some time.
Just play. Oh,
Yeah, dude. This episode here, we're gonna break down our top 5 films of all time. I don't know if y'all got fleshed out list.
yeah.
I always keep one, man, and it's
that's-
always a lot of interchanging going on because I watch a lot of goddamn movies, yo.
All right, so what's your top 5?
Yeah.
All right, don't judge me. This is real. It starts out. Have y'all seen The Gladiator?
I'm familiar with the movie.
You doing yourself a disservice, brother.
I'm not a fan of that type of genre movie, but continue.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
It's not like Star Wars. It'd be considered like a what do you call them? A period piece.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the late back in the day, back when they had like chariots and like monarchies and shit.
Yeah.
In fact, that one was I believe that one's specific. It's the Roman Empire. It's a really good film. These goddamn flies.
Why is it good?
No, I'm serious, bro. It killed me. Even last episode, I was reviewing. I'm like, God damn, I need to keep my door closed. It hits on all levels. Once again, cinema buff. So when I break a movie down, I'm looking at it for like everything, man. Acting, music, writing. The Gladiator is from top to bottom the best film that I've ever seen. And to me, it's not even debatable.
Yeah.
My second, The Dark Knight. Y'all seen it? I don't know if y'all rock with
Batman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
They almost made a perfect film on that, man.
Almost made a perfect.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I fuck with
Coming at number 3, I'm a huge fan of The Lion King.
Okay.
That's the first movie I ever watched. Let my child watch. We watched it
Classic.
together. Yeah, I feel like the morals of it. It's a beautifully made film, and it's a reason why I got like the #1 animated film for like the longest run. After that, y'all wouldn't know this one. This is an independent film. It's called Perfect Sense, but it is a romance. In fact, my final 2 are romances. The Titanic.
Well, that's trash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You think so?
I'm sorry. Continue.
Time out. Lloyd, do you know about the Titanic?
I know about the Titanic. It was actually a lit movie, though. You know
It's one of the all time. It's one of the best selling films of all time, man.
Not anymore. Not anymore. It's like
Yeah, I mean, everything is going. Everything's gonna get caught up
But-
at some point.
But Julia would have died. I'm like, look, we only got one little lifesaver, bro. And that shit for me. I'm like,
Yo,
I'll repopulate the earth.
I believe him too, man.
Damn right.
Gladiator, Dark Knight, Lion King,
Perfect Sense, and then
Perfect Sense
the
and
Titanic.
Okay, cool. What about you, Lloyd?
All right. So, man, like I said, Equalizer,
Okay, I ain't not mad at that.
Django.
Okay.
I mean, everybody loved Django. Like, come on.
I wouldn't say everybody.
Well, not clearly people that don't
It
like
was
it.
fairly polarizing on its release. I ain't gonna lie, but
That shit was lit. Like, let me see, 3 coming in with 3 is Shatters. Cause you don't know it's the Dana Jamaican. Yes, man.
I was about to say, yeah. You got
That's
me on
it.
that
You
one.
must love Shatters, man. Everybody says Shatters. That's it. And Belly. That's it. With my guy, what's his name? DMX. I know y'all seen Belly.
yes, sir.
Oh, Belly. I was
Yes,
like,
sir.
oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's Hype Williams right there.
Yeah,
yo.
it's like Williams. I'm not saying I'm not a fan, but it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you.
What?
Shit.
It wasn't for me. Yeah, I get why it is what it is. But it's just like,
And one of my favorites, Wolf on Wall Street. My
oh
God.
man, I love that.
Love that
Classic.
shit.
Scorsese.
I was a little
Classic.
conflicted with Wolf of Wall Street and putting it in my top 5 and or 10. Okay, so mine, man. So
This
my all
wrote it
time,
down?
I had it because I was thinking about it throughout the week because I'm like, man, what are my go-to movies where it's like
Facts.
no matter how many times I watch it, it's still amazing to me. So for me, Dark Knight, without question, in my opinion, is the best movie of all time.
Oh, okay.
Best movie of all time. And let me not say that it's the best. I think it's the best movie of all time. Just top to bottom, it's just a great film. The acting was consistent across the board. It was a great build, and it was a great leave. Like the end of the movie is so underrated. Like, oh my God, I could go.
You're talking about the boat.
When he just rides off and they're talking about
The Dark Knight. His.
Oh my God,
I get it.
I remember when I first watched the movie.
A lot of allegory to that film. By the way, we did not discuss this for the viewers. We did not discuss this prior here, so this is real. The Dark Knight hit 2 top 5s on the panel.
The Dark Knight is so underrated because it started that wave of superhero movies being bigger than just a superhero movie. Like, there was a story in The Dark Knight.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It really started that wave, in my opinion. Goodfellas.
So did The Dark Knight come before Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Because Man of Steel was lit.
Man of Steel ain't got nothing on Dark Knight. It probably took from Dark Knight. Dark Knight came in 2008, the beginning, summer of 2008. Summer of 2008.
I got a record. I saw that in theaters 4 times, dude. I went with my girlfriend, my best friend, my cousin, and who was it? I think my uncle. No, my stepdad.
Family-wise, we wasn't lit, so we had to bootleg that. So I watched it multiple times. My third is Goodfellas.
Okay.
Goodfellas.
Okay.
If Goodfellas is Goodfellas. I shouldn't have to explain Goodfellas. It's one of the, my opinion, the best mafia movie that I've seen. I know some people lean hard on The Godfathers. I have never watched any of The Godfathers.
Okay.
You know, I just haven't. The Departed. I don't know if you guys are familiar. The Departed. The Departed is Martin Scorsese.
I just saw that for the first time this year.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Scorsese is amazing. Wolf of Wall Street, The Departed.
Listen.
Honorable mention, Casino.
Oh, Casino.
Yo.
Yes, but I didn't put Casino in any of mine just because of the fact it's similar to Goodfellas. It's basically the same genre.
I actually haven't seen. I know it's Ray Liotta and is it Joe Pesci? Is Joe Pesci in that?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I've seen pieces. I just never watched it all the way through.
And my fifth one is Coming to America. Coming to America, man. Coming to America, and it's because it's easy. The rewatchability of that movie is crazy.
Okay.
It's such a classic, and it was so ahead of its time. Like, when I say it was so ahead of its time, as far as having so many people in there that were, before they were famous, just being themselves and really going above and beyond and really just setting a tone for a film category for black people.
See, I put Harlem Nights a slight notch over that.
I get that, but it's not a great film to me. I think it was a bunch of successful guys at that time coming together to make a funny movie.
Okay, it was to me it was far funnier though.
Yeah,
I say that.
Yeah. Granted, I'm not saying Coming to America is an amazing film. I just think it's my opinion, it's one of the greatest black movies of all time. But I put it in my top 5 just because it's just amazing. It's comedically, it's funny. It's just, and for him to not, Eddie Murphy not to cuss the entire movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was his stick in the 80s. Like, it was a part of him. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Some honorable mentions. Lion King was my 6th man.
Really?
I wanted to put Lion King in my top 5, but I couldn't. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just something about.
I think personally, every young male should watch The Lion King.
I agree.
I have broke that down in my mind. I said, man, the relationship between Mufasa and Simba, and then you look at Simba's path of, the, what do you call it, the prodigal son, and I'm like, it's a beautiful, and like, he didn't know who he was, and when he got to that point, and he had to go back to fight, like
that whole granted, it was ripped off. Disney ripped it off basically. There's a story behind it. I forgot but they took the story from another creator and basically revamped it.
Really?
And sold it. Yeah, look into it. It's called, I forgot. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but it's the story is ripped off, but Disney executed it beautifully. What else is another honorable mention? The Prestige. I'm a huge Magician fan. It's a movie about two
Facts.
It's a movie
that's
about
Christopher Nolan. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman. That's a great movie.
Yeah. Great movie. Fight Club. Man,
classic.
If you know Fight Club, you know Fight Club.
Yeah.
American History X. I don't know if
another Edward Norton. I got you.
Yeah. I'm a big Edward Norton fan, 100%.
Very underrated.
And a fairly new one, Get Out. Get Out for me, it introduced a different genre of horror. You know what I mean? A horror that black people can relate to.
Okay.
Because if you think about all the traditional horror movies, they're not really scary for.
That's an interesting.
That's
an interesting perspective. I get what you're saying.
Not really scary for us.
Psychologically, though, if you put a black man in that position that old boy was in,
that's scary.
Yeah.
Like, that whole situation was scary, and it was believable. It wasn't forced. The script was amazing, and it was so unexpected. I remember when I seen the trailer, I'm like, man, the concept of this movie is amazing. I hope it's executed well.
Yeah.
That's where movies fall off a lot of times. Is they'll have great concepts, but they just don't execute it well. The Purge is one of those movies where it had a great
It did
Great
not poor
idea.
execution because
I'm
the
not poor
idea
because
is
it was
amazing.
successful. I just think they could have done it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have been a lot better. Like I
the
love the
ending.
idea. Like
Yeah.
one day everybody gets to purge or just go kill somebody. You know, I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the idea of it. Like I just wish it was executed better. But those are my honorable mentions or just my top 10, however you want to look at it. But
Facts. Off the dome, honorable mention for me. You know, actually, before I even knew that, I want to go back to the Django.
okay. You okay?
Because I watched Django and I remember being like, yo, the acting by Leo in that film, man, it was I loved the characters of Django.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. Like your boy Schultz, the dude that was helping Django, Jamie Foxx. Real quick, I actually
Jamie Foxx is overrated as an actor.
Who? So what I was about to say, there was a little left field, but best comedian actor.
Are you asking or just?
Yeah, I'm asking.
What do you consider a comedian actor? Like
Somebody
an
who's
actor that's
primarily a comedian, but made the transition to acting has a noteworthy performances. So
Eddie Murphy. Have to be.
He's not over Jamie Foxx.
He's not over Jamie Foxx.
No,
why?
Bro.
Well, Ray. Just for starters. That's for starters, bro.
Ray. Okay, so this is my argument with Ray, right? To me, Ray isn't acting. Like, that's not Jamie Foxx acting. That's him doing a 2.5-hour impression.
Impersonation, yeah.
That's not an acting, right? Because if I think about every other movie he's done outside of Ray, and Ray's a great performance. I'm not gonna take away from that, but it's just more of an impression to me than it is actual acting. I don't know any other movie that Jamie Foxx really did that I was like, oh, that's not Jamie. That's that character. Like every movie I see Jamie Foxx in, I see Jamie Foxx in. I don't see the character. You know what I mean?
Nah,
and one can make the argument for like Denzel or Will, but I believe them. I don't believe Jamie half the time.
No. Well, I wouldn't consider. I mean, Denzel's an actor. He's a pure actor. I'm talking about like Jamie's got stuff though, man. Like he's got Collateral.
Collateral was cool.
Just came out recently.
Collateral was cool. It's not nothing like, oh, I gotta go see Collateral. It's like if it's on, you might watch it.
No, but I key in on the actual performances. The film might not be all that great, but a lot of times, here's an honorable Training Day. I didn't even as a film Training
all
Day.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I can see top 25. I couldn't see top 10 for me. It's
Lonzo?
not. I just don't see that being like across the board that impactful. Like I don't think it changed anything. Like right, I can say Dark Knight changed the way cinema moving forward. Shawshank Redemption changed the way like that was a great movie. It was executed amazingly, like well across the board.
Shawshank. That's my.
Like those movies you
seen Good Will Hunting? Check it
Oh
out.
yeah, I had to think about it.
Yeah, Matt Damon and Robin.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
But yeah, I couldn't put that in the top 10 for me.
I have to only because
it's a great movie.
It made
though.
such a cultural influence. Maybe not as in cinema as a
whole.
He
did. The movie didn't. We're talking about the movie. We're not talking about the single performance. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the movie itself didn't, but he didn't. Without. If you take him out of that movie, is it the same movie? It's a good movie, but I don't know if it's the same movie.
No, it's not. He carried that film.
Exactly.
Denzel tends to do that though.
If you take Batman out of Dark Knight is still a great movie.
Hey, shout out to my Heath Ledger, man. R.I.P.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still a great movie.
I'm top 5 performance all time, if not the best, the greatest. Because I've never seen a character on screen be so charismatic yet maniacal, and he did things.
Man,
I'm like,
I was so surprised because I'm like, is this when they were talking about who's coming out? Is this the what was it? Brokeback Mountain guy playing Joker.
Yeah.
I was really like, what's going on?
That movie's lit too, man.
All right. Moving on.
It's actually a good movie, man.
But no, I think Jamie Foxx is overrated as an actor. I really firmly believe.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
You can't give me 3 movies that it was impressive.
Yo, Any Given Sunday.
Too.
Any Given Sunday.
He was being Jamie Foxx on steroids, in my opinion.
Bro, Willie Beeman was different, man.
Listen, I love Willie Beeman. It just wasn't okay.
This guy's gotta get Jamie Foxx.
That's still Jamie.
Why?
I prefer him as an actor over a comedian. I think he's funny as hell. But
if I were to choose him as an actor, comedian, or an artist, I'll take him as an artist. I enjoy his music.
His music is dope too.
I enjoy his music stint. I enjoy his music stint than any other stuff. I never really cared for his show.
Yeah.
His movies, he's trash to me. It's just I can't.
I cannot give you trash in the acting department. You gotta understand, this isn't somebody who focused all of his attention on even being an actor. That was an afterthought. He's originally a comedian and musician.
He's an afterthought as an actor, my guy.
You don't get an Oscar as an afterthought of anything, man.
Yes, you. Halle Berry got an Oscar. She's not a good actor.
Catwoman.
Halle Berry
Nah, son, you lost us on that, bro.
No, Halle Berry's not a good actor.
That shit was lit.
I love Halle, but I can't call her a great actor. I can't, man.
She got an
She's
Oscar,
got
though.
Some stuff, though. She's got some stuff.
No, hold on. You just said you can't get an Oscar without being a great actor. She got an Oscar.
Well, no. An afterthought. I get what you're saying, but you got to put everything in perspective. Halle Berry had time to hone whatever acting style she might have tried to. Jamie Foxx came later to the game, man. Like everything, he's just a natural talent. He just is.
I'll say this: he's a natural talent, but he's not a great actor. He's barely a good enough actor.
Nah, he a great actor, bro.
He don't. Again, I can't think of a performance really acting. He's just he does really great impersonations.
He's a great actor, bro, and impersonating is acting. Let's be real now.
I don't know.
Now,
let me.
You know how hard it is to act.
No, let me say.
And to act like you're actually there.
Yeah.
And to believe it.
To believe it.
Even and to make me believe that you are the person that you're acting to be.
Exactly. Denzel as Malcolm X. No,
okay.
Hold on. I'll give you a better one. Will Smith as Ali. To me.
That wasn't like I still felt Will in it, and I wasn't that impressed with his performance.
Nah.
Like I'm not mad he lost.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness, yes. I believed he was that guy, that character, 100%. But in Ali, it was a good performance, but it wasn't like, oh my God, that's Ali. It was like, nah, Will's doing a great job of doing Ali. That's how I looked at it. Well, now with Ray, like I said, it's an all-time great performance in itself. I just feel like it's more of impersonating instead of him acting and being the character. That's what it felt like when I watched like him being the guy,
while we're on biopics, did y'all get a chance to check out the joint with James Brown, your boy from Black? What is it?
Chadwick Boseman. Don't disrespect him, bro.
Rest
in peace. Rest in peace, man.
When he did,
I'm so disappointed that he passed so early in his acting career. Not early. I said
disappointed, like he had a
man. Listen, he was a very talented actor.
Yeah,
he was hit on the trajectory of Denzel for this particular generation. When I say Denzel,
that's hyperbole, bro. That's not true.
As far as the respect he received from people and his performances. If you go back and watch all of his movies, even if the movie wasn't great, his performance was on point. He played Jackie Robinson. He played.
I watched it.
James Brown?
Yeah.
Very impressive performance. I believed him. His mannerisms were on point. I didn't look at that and be like, oh, he's trying too hard. Like I truly believed him in those roles, like every aspect of it.
I gave you the James Brown joint, but he disappointed me in Black Panther, man.
The Black Panther movie is not a good movie.
Thank you. I finally got this on wax. Somebody else is.
It's not. It's not.
I feel like I got.
Listen, it's a great moment in time. It was good enough to be successful for us as Black people, right? It was great representation of a positive side of what we can be. But it's not a great movie. There's nothing really great about it.
I concur, but I'm just saying a lot of people, for whatever reason, it gets, and I think it's more for
take the black out of it. I think people connect me saying that about Black people. I was like, no, the movie itself. Take the characters, take the people out of it. The movie itself is not a great movie.
And that's my point. When they do these reviews, a lot of times they have to attach the political significance or whatever. When you make a movie, whatever the political atmosphere was in that time period, they attach it to that. So they say Black Panther is one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I'm like, no, it's probably one of the more meaningful. But as an actual film,
it's not. It's probably not even top 20. And I'm just being honest. Like, because you got to think about it. Over the past 15 years, it's been a lot of. I would put the Dark Knight Rises ahead of that easy.
I put the entire trilogy. It's just.
Batman. You're right.
That's for a reason, though. You have a great director.
Iron Man. I ain't gonna say Invisible Hulk. That was gonna be disrespectful. There's a lot of
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk. Like that was a great one, but I can't say it was above Black Panther. But just not to get too far off track, it's not a great movie. It just was good enough to where, okay, this is good enough where we can put this on a pedestal, and this is the moment for us. It was a
That's
great
interesting.
timing.
You know what? I'm willing to bet. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know if y'all heard about the Woman King. I feel like that's gonna be the
Trash.
same.
Sorry.
You seen it?
No, but just trash. No, listen. Okay, I haven't seen it, but I think I have this gift personally, right? To where I've seen enough trailers, I've seen enough movies to where I can watch a trailer and be like, nah, that ain't it.
It's garbage. Yeah, that's true.
That ain't it. That ain't it. And it's not like
true.
it's not. It's like that ain't it. And again, it might be good, but it's like it's not worth me spending money for in a movie theater. Not spending $30 for myself to go to get some popcorn. It's not worth that. Now, if it comes on when it comes to Prime or Netflix or wherever it's gonna show up, HBO Max most likely.
Yeah.
I might catch it then, but there's nothing about that movie that pulls me in like I gotta go see this. You know what I mean? It's just
I respect that. And in some way, I'm kind of the same way. It's just my overall point was I think sometimes some movies get a lot more push because of what it's a representation thing. So, for instance, I've been watching on Netflix the Jeffrey Dahmer, like we spoke on earlier.
Yeah.
And they're doing this thing where they are twisting it for like the LGBT community, and it's like it's kind of political, but it's not a bad series. It's just simply I see where they make it to where it's meant to attract a certain demographic or appeal to it. That's not a good movie to me. A good movie is very thoroughly, objectively a good movie, like
across the board, no matter who's watching it.
No matter who's watching it.
Yeah, I agree.
The vision was so good, it's undeniable. So when I see Dark Knight, I don't care who you are, man. You're not gonna not fall in love with like the Joker screen presence or the whole way they made Gotham City, and you have all these different dynamics.
Bro, I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, but it gets better every time.
I talk so good about that movie. I gotta see it, bro.
You've never seen The Dark Knight?
I think I did, but then again,
Lord, listen, bro.
I've seen a lot of Batman.
I'm gonna throw you some. I'm gonna throw you some. I forgot some cape or whatever because you're Jamaican.
Yeah.
Just look. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, it's man. The movie's.
Nah, I'm a big Batman fan. I like his style. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's legit, bro. It's legit. Like it's 100%. Man,
it's
that movie is
from beginning to end.
All of them are really good.
I just believe the Spider-Man trilogy is way better than that bullshit.
Which one?
Every single last one.
You lost your mind. You heard what this man said?
Well, so Spider-Man has a few that came out before in the early 90s, 2000s, or late 90s, 2000s. Yeah. And then they rebooted it, the later ones. The
first two. You know what? The first one's good. I'm trying.
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the very first movie, which I was before the Batman came out. Man, I was all about the Spider-Man.
Me too.
Movies. I was all about the Spider-Man movies. But they dropped the ball on the third one. Third one was just it had too much going on.
That one was fire with Venom.
They had too much going on. They was forcing too much. They was forcing way too much.
They did it. They didn't flesh that out properly.
Like,
it was goofy.
They had 3 different villains.
The Sandman,
Venom,
Venom.
I'm like, what was it?
Jr.
I'm like, you could have saved one for the 4th movie. Yeah. I know they were trying to maximize the money. I'm like, you could have saved one of the villains.
They were doing too much.
Three villains, bro. Like that's just too much.
How y'all feel about the X-Men films, though?
Oh, you know what? Underrated. I think people don't give them enough credit for how they started.
When they bring them to the MCU, I'm hoping they make it fire, man.
They actually, Wolverine's the best of all time. Well, not Wolverine. Hugh Jackman played.
He is Wolverine. I don't care.
Man, I don't care what nobody says. Have y'all seen Logan? You ever seen Logan?
That's actually a very great film, bro.
Man, that film. Not even like a movie, like a great film. It is. Like I was so impressed with it. But yeah, he's actually come back to play Logan one more time in Deadpool 3.
Facts.
I haven't seen Deadpool 2. Yeah. I think
how do you recast Wolverine? Like Hugh Jackman, he put that in the dirt.
Listen, but they said the same thing about old boy who played Batman the first time. He's losing my mind right now.
You're what's my boy's name?
God, I'm losing.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, they said the same thing about him when he first did it, and obviously they made some missteps, and then they found a way with Christian Bale. I was confused how they're gonna reboot after Christian Bale, like his trilogy, because it was so good. You know what I mean? Then they went.
Have you seen the latest one, the Batman, the Batman, the one?
Yeah. I think honestly, over time, I think it might be up there with the Christopher Nolan's. Honestly, it's a really good movie.
They had a good start. I give them that much.
Man, listen,
I love the Penguin, man. Colin Farrell. The Penguin was funny as hell.
It was a really good movie. I'm excited for the second one. I hope they don't take a step back, and I hope they don't try to do too much.
Yeah.
They need to find that middle ground. If they find that middle ground, oh my God. Because I'm trying to think, is this one better than Batman Begins? Because Batman Begins is really good.
Facts.
But I can't really.
I think it is better than Batman Begins.
I don't know.
You gotta go past that stratosphere and hit what Dark Knight hit. Dark Knight did millions on millions upon that first week. It was, and that was for a reason, man. We've never seen. To me, the Joker was able to make that movie be, and not just. It was a great movie, but I'm like, I went and saw it so many times, man. It was a very good movie.
Yeah, man.
Because here's the thing, though. So to wrap it up or whatnot, a lot of times when you're looking for your what is a good movie to you? I know it varies depending on what type of movie you're watching, but a lot of times, if you can draw something out emotionally from it, that's me. It's like, that's the reason why I put something like the Titanic in there. It's like,
boy, that movie trash, bro. I'm sorry.
How can
and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never watched the full thing, but it's trash.
Then what are we talking about?
It's trash, bro. I'm sorry. You know what it is? I hate Titanic so much because people love it. I'm one of those people, right?
Oh,
same thing. Same.
Yeah.
Love and basketball. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate that
shit too.
I hate it because
Love and basketball?
hold on. I hate it because
First of all, y'all really slick. This and
like
Sanaa
that
Lathan
shit.
was the
Hold on.
baddest thing when the movie dropped. So let's be real about it.
Sanaa is one of my younger youthful crushes.
She aging well too. Shout out Sanaa, by the way.
All those black women from the 90s aged well. I don't know one that didn't. Except for Vivica Foxx. She had too much surgery. She was doing way too much. But Love and Basketball, I remember just growing up and all the young ladies was, that's my favorite movie. That's why I started hating it. Because they said that same movie. And it's not that good of a movie. It's a good movie. You know what I mean? It's a hood classic or whatever you want to call it. But, bro, I'm good. It's in the same light. That movie and Titanic is the same light. Titanic is like, all right, that's basic. Okay, it sunk.
Y'all remember Like Mike?
Of course. Like Mike is a classic in its own right. Not up there.
What you liked about Like Mike?
Bro, I looked like Bow Wow around that time. I had the beads and everything. Like when I seen him, I seen me.
Now I see why you got glasses.
Hey,
Everybody felt that way though. That's why I started getting braids and shit.
I was
started getting
100%.
Uptowns and shit.
Bow Wow really a legend in these streets. He just destroyed his own little.
How you think he destroyed his career though? And I really want to know that.
His ego, and I think he didn't have enough humility grow as he grew. Like he sat too much on what he did instead of continuing to develop and grow into a graceful human being. Like, I think he sat too much on what he did instead of what he's doing.
So who you think is bigger right now, Soulja Boy or Bow Wow?
Bigger?
Yeah.
I think they're about equal, but I'd probably say Soulja Boy if I had to say.
More relevant, I should have said.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
only because
coincidence,
Soulja Boy actually.
Soulja Boy's a little more self-made. Bow Wow, Jermaine Dupri he pretty much he bought Bow Wow to ascend.
I would agree, but you still have to execute.
Yeah.
Even because Jermaine Dupri tried to do that with other people, it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying?
What? He was, man,
you still have to execute. You still got to be a star. You still got to have that presence. Because I can give you all the tools, but if you can't take it and run with it, it means nothing. There's a lot of people that you give the game that don't know how to use the game. You can't maximize from it.
Nah, bro. I hear what you're saying. But I'm sorry, man. He just had to show up. Man.
Man.
No,
you're basically saying he could have picked any kid and they would have turned out the same way.
It was Lil Bow Wow was a kid. What do you call it? Like they just adored him, bro. Like Soulja Boy do you know how and I'm not even a fan of Soulja Boy.
Then why didn't what's the name son do the same thing?
Master, are you talking about Lil Romeo?
Why didn't he do the same thing? Because they given the same opportunity. They were given the same lane. But they didn't do the same thing. Not even close. Not even remotely.
And isn't his father Master P?
Yeah. Had the ultimate.
He did more, but he was a hooper and everything, bro. Like
I'm talking about musically. If it was that easy, why didn't Lil Romeo do it? You discrediting Bow Wow, bro. Don't discredit Bow Wow. I'm serious.
You got a point, bro.
Yeah, like it's not. It's not.
I'm sorry, man. I don't see what y'all seeing. I don't know.
Nah, it's
all right. So what you see?
Because
I don't see, like when I think about Lil Bow Wow, I don't see somebody that was. I don't see too much originality, to be honest, man. I see somebody that took advantage.
So what? What does that got to do with how successful?
That's a lot, because that's what makes the difference between artists that can that get pushed out and artists that can make that jump to becoming their own, like, off the top. I mean, I can't think of an example off the top, but that's critical. It's like, because then really you're no better than what you were brought up to be. And everybody, he not the only artist that Jermaine Dupri put on. Like P Diddy is the same way, man. You know how many artists P Diddy kind of got to a certain level, then they just fall apart. That's it.
Yeah, that's 30.
Facts. PIE, man. Y'all ready to wrap? Yeah, any final thoughts? Are we good?
I don't think I.
Little Bow Wow, give a little Bow Wow
Man,
credit.
whatever. Don't disrespect Bow Wow. Listen, he a lame now, but he had his own time.
Back then, he on
had
106.
He had a
Bro,
good.
he was a
shit, man.
fucking
Come
what do you call it?
He had a 10-year stretch of really killing the game from 2000. I'm serious. From in his lane. I'm not talking about like him being the best rapper, but he really had about a good. I'll say 5 to 8 year stretch.
He was a teen.
From
He
2000
was a teen heartthrob, and he rolled that all the way, man. Don't even disrespect. At least Lil Romeo tried to master basketball, bro. He went pro.
He wasn't even good, bro. He wasn't
At
even good.
all.
He wasn't good,
Man,
bro.
look.
Go back and watch. He wasn't good. I remember watching him like, yo, he's trash. I remember thinking that to myself. Like he got the scholarship at USC because he's Lil Romeo. That's it, bro. That's
Y'all
it.
wild, man.
Bro, I don't know. Well, go back to my top 5: Shawshank Redemption,
Okay.
The Dark Knight, The Departed. I forgot The Departed. What else was it? Goodfellas and Coming to America.
Facts. You know, I even have an extended top 10. We'll come back to this, but I really want to stress. You got to see The Dark Knight, bro. You really disappointed me, man.
Man, you got to see Dark Knight.
Because that used to be
Gotta
my
see Dark Knight.
favorite. Then I had to be real about it. The Gladiator, I can remember, just a quick story. I fell in love with films from The Gladiator. I was a teenager, and I'm sitting down in my living room. It was the first movie, like I cried over. At the end of the movie, how have you not seen it?
Bro, I knew you was soft. Sorry.
I mean, look, hold on. Look, the Titanic too. If I'm being real about it, man.
God.
Some movies just hit you, and I feel like that's a testament to how good that movie is. Like,
I'll say this: I have watched the endings, the couple ending scenes where she's telling the story, the main character of Titanic, about what happened and everything. It does get you choked up, but the movie itself is trash. I'm sorry.
you bugging, man.
Well, I'm being disrespectful. Not trash. I'm just not a fan of it. Put it like that. I'm not a fan.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
To be continued, man. My man's bugging. Hey, perspective is everything, man. We appreciate it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe, man. Your boy KG, Lee, Big Lloyd.
Big Lord.
We out here.
All right.
Righteous.